Oh, what is this? What is this? The old lobby is back? Yo, bullied them into bringing back the old lobby. Pain. Alright, so we have two new gloves today. We have ourselves the baby glove with 52 power, 14 speed, and the ability is Woah. It requires 3750 slaps to be able to equip and use. And then we have the Stalker glove with 54 power, 14 speed, and the ability is Stalking Time. This requires 14,500 slaps, and I like the design on that glove. That looks cool. The Stalker is a passive glove, and the baby is an ability glove. The baby Rattler is a good model. Alright, let's use the baby real quick. Who's this guy right here? Alright, so we got a baby. Ooh, long cooldown for this, okay. Oh my god, bro, what is this? What is this? Is that the Family Guy clip?
Wah! Wah! You like that? Huh? You like that? Wah! You just tune this out, don't you? Well, tune this out! Wah! Ah! Ah!
It forces people to run in a specific direction. You can still be slapped, you can see it there. This glove is chaotic, so when you use this ability, it forces people back away from you because you're screaming baby and nobody wants to be next to a screaming baby. You know what I mean? This is an interesting one, and the 3750 I think is great because you're not invulnerable while using this. You could still be slapped because of desync. This is just a great little 3750 glove. I think that's great. Now, Stalker. Let's go see what Stalker does. And this is a passive. I'm so lost on what Stalker does. Oh, it's making a message and it makes you go invisible? What? Oh my god. So if you stay in place for a second, this happens, you go invisible, but as soon as you move, you go uninvisible. It gives you a speed boost as well, so if you wanted to surprise somebody, you can pull out the glove. Don't wear any particle effect hats, because you can see that there's a person right here, and you could go up and slap them, but yo, this glove is sick! My Larry. That speed boost helps. Surprise! See the prey, smell the prey. Hababooga! I saved you, Tencel. I did not save you. I'm sorry, Tencel. I'm sorry. I tried to slap him through. I love this Stalker glove because it's like a lion just sitting behind the bushes, waiting for its prey to get close enough, and then it pounces on it. That's exactly what this glove feels like. I think that's sick. Yo, both gloves today were amazing. By the way, if you were wondering about the chair, they did bring it back. It is here. It's at the very end of the lobby. We have a bunch of changes in this update, and I mean a bunch, so get ready, we're going to try to speed through these pretty quick. By the way, I do want to make a quick note. If you were grinding for the end leaderboards that were on the previous lobby on the left and right sides, they are still keeping track of those metrics of tournament wins and slaps. So if you were thinking that all of that time just went to waste, don't worry, it's still being tracked in case they add it again. So the first change is the Jebaited glove here has a new slap sound. Ooh, okay, it's deeper. It also had a different activation sound to it. But the thing with Jebaited, they did nerf the knockback to it as well. So it has a new slap sound, an activation sound, and it got a little bit nerfed with the knockback. Decent change for Jebaited. The parry glove got a slight nerf. So this parry jump ability got nerfed by about 3 seconds on the jump. It's still good, still usable. It's just a little bit less abusable, I think. Poltergeist got a slight nerf. The spawn cooldown has an additional 3 seconds added to it. Also, one more thing to mention with Poltergeist, your ability will now end if your body falls into the void. Shackle got a slight nerf. They decreased the duration of this from 6 seconds to 5 seconds. So when the anchor is down on the ground, that's a second shorter. The fish glove got a slight nerf. They increased the cooldown of the ability by 1 second. An interesting one, the fort wall is now collidable instantly. So before you were able to walk forward and place a wall and walk through it and be safe, but now it instantly places, so you can no longer place it and continue running, which is kind of a little nerf to fort, but also a buff in certain circumstances. Oven got a slight nerf. They decreased the ability knockback of this. They didn't say by how much, but it did get decreased. Hando has been nerfed. They added an additional 2-second spawn cooldown to it. Duelist got a nerf against people who were kind of abusing it. They disabled resetting for Duelist users up to 10 seconds after dragging someone into their ability. It's kind of like how the Rob and Bob portal for the null zone opens up. If you try to reset while the ability is still counting down, it will restart your timer. The Firework Firework glove got a buff. They reduced Firework's cooldown from 20 seconds to 15 seconds. So I anticipate seeing a lot more Firework users. The Trapped glove got 2 little buffs. First one is the trap despawn timer itself, after being placed, was increased from 40 seconds to 50 seconds, so a whole 10 additional seconds. They also decreased the cooldown from 4 seconds to 3.5 seconds, so nice little buff for trap there. So a good change for Ghost here is they reduced the slap sound of this, because it was pretty loud. So it's good that they reduced this. With Alchemist, the Explosions Potions knockback has been reduced from 80 to 60, so kind of a sizable reduction in knockback with that one potion. The Magnet glove got a nerf. It still uses the exact same functionality, nothing has changed other than the fact that you can no longer hit people that are ragdolled. So if you slap somebody, you can't immediately use your magnet to hit them with a combo. You have to wait for them to un-ragdoll to magnet to them. So Magnet got a huge nerf in that sense. A great change for the UFO glove, you are no longer a prisoner if you get captured. You can now reset and go back to spawn without having to wait for them to spit you out somewhere. That's a great change for UFO. Needed. Very needed. The golden note of the Rhythm glove is no longer a global sound, so you shouldn't hear it when Rhythm hits it. I don't think most people would have noticed it though. Reaper has a really cool change here. They added a kill counter using Roman numerals to let you know how much you actually have with Reaper now. So you can keep track of your Reaper kills right there on the right. That's a pretty cool little change. Rocky got a slight nerf. They increased Rocky's spawn cooldown from 1 to 6 seconds, so that's kind of a big nerf for Rocky spammers. Santa's Bob Plushie's knockback has been reduced from 55 to 40 power. So if you're going around throwing that little plushie, they're not going to be taking as much knockback as usual. They reworked the Woah glove and it now works distance based. So if you're closer, I believe you get more knockback, and if you're farther away, you get less knockback. Okay, so up close, pretty far distance. That's actually a lot longer distance. Okay. All right, so from farther away, shorter distance on the knockback. Yeah, okay, so that is exactly how it works. The Jupiter glove has a very interesting change now. This only applies when you have ragdoll. It takes a little bit longer than usual, but it still has that little drag down, so this is an interesting change. I'm not sure about this one. They reworked the Snow glove on how its slowness affects people after they've been slapped. Okay, so we got hit. Let's see, so starting out slow, faster, faster, faster. Okay. Maybe it's less chunky. They might have added more steps for speed. Okay. They fixed a few bugs, one being with Necromancer. They fixed the leaving kick bug. I didn't experience this myself, but if you were experiencing this, that has been fixed, hopefully. Fellow bubble users, they have fixed the hitbox on this glove, so if you were experiencing wonky hitboxes, you shall no longer be experiencing that with bubble. With the Santa glove, they fixed the SFX not showing up with the plushes. And last but not least, an interaction between Quake and Rocky has been fixed. There is some weird bug happening with it, but that's now gone. I doubt you experienced it, but if you did, it's been fixed. And there's a little interesting tidbit added at the very end of the update list that says, check the weather forecast. Snow might start falling soon, but for now, enjoy the sun. Ooh, okay, so that probably means that next week we are going to be getting the snow map for slap battles. The Christmas map shall return. But overall, this is a great update. A ton of nerfs, glove changes, and fixes, as well as 2 awesome gloves. I don't think that these gloves require any counters, because if they're going to use the baby glove, just walk away from them. They have reduced speed, so you really shouldn't have any issues with it. And if you are fighting the Stalker glove here and you're getting targeted by somebody that's going invisible, they're going to be in one spot the entire time. So there's plenty of gloves that counter this. Like you could, for example, use its neighbor, the Track glove. That will target them even if they're invisible. But probably the biggest counter to it would easily be Hitman, because this will show a slap counter above their head if they are invisible. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know, what did you think of this update? What did you think of both gloves that were released? But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you do end up watching this, and we'll see you in the next one. Later!